Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Woo. Got a chance to talk to my grandbabies today, and excited about that. Hi, Grandma. You said, yeah, I got you good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That's crazy they telling folks we live, but you know why? And yes, I look like somebody grandma today because I am five people's grandma, as a matter of fact. Well, 4.5 or so. So, good morning, everybody. Good. Pray you had a wonderful night. It was interesting. My sleep has been real weird. Like I woke up eating like in the middle of the night, looking for something sweet. So I got some graham crackers. Then I was up for like 10 minutes. Then I went back to sleep. Then I had a hot flash. I ate no chocolate. So I don't know, but I was up like late last night journaling because it felt real good outside. So I sat outside and journaled like until I was falling asleep. Get in there, lay down, girl, and was just like I probably was up 4 times. I'm like, I don't know what this is. Then I keep waking up with my sinuses all crazy. I'm like, I didn't put a new filter in here. The air feels better. It doesn't feel as like heavy or whatever. But talking about waking up gagging in the morning. The past few nights have been off, girl. Okay, so it's not just me. Cause baby, I was looking at the moon. I was outside so long that when I first looked over, the moon was up high. By the time I went in the house, you couldn't even see it. Hmm. So it ain't just me. I'm not happy it's you too, but I'm happy it's not just me. That's what I'm gonna say. Cause I'm like, what the heck? This is weird. Like I just kept waking up. I'm like, and I put my oil on, so baby, normally that'll do it. I put that on, then I dripped off. I don't get back up unless I gotta pee. Baby, I was up. It's 88 today. Yeah, it was 89 yesterday. It was almost 90 degrees. It's crazy. Some nights I haven't gone to bed till 3 or 4. Okay, sis, so we on the same thing then. In real life, cause I thought it was just me. I did. I'm like, cause I got a lot on my mind. I'm processing certain things or whatever. So I'm thinking it's just me, but it's not just me. It's y'all too. Got it. Got it. Y'all doing all right though, everybody? Is y'all doing okay? I've been looking through pictures, talking to my kids, laughing with my oldest daughter, and baby, it is crazy watching your kids be parents. It really is, but it's an amazing feeling. I'm so grateful I got a chance to be a grandmother. Before all of this stuff snap, crackle, and pop, it feels real nice. That's one of the things I pray for. God, I want to live long enough to see my grandchildren. He allowed me to see a whole bunch of them. He said I was saying why you can't sleep and coughing. Yeah. Oh, right. It's something going. Hi, sister. It's something going on. It is so amazing. I love Deacon K. Girl, me too. I'm his great TT, right? Yes. Because if you was grandpa, I would be a great TT because his auntie is the TT. I'm a great auntie. Right. I love him too. I actually was telling my kids about him and how he prays and does his studies. And so I was like, they got a cousin that he's a little older than them, but he's setting a pace. Y'all need to get on it. Start praying with them kids, teaching them to pray, helping them understand the word because it's gonna be a necessity. They're never too little. If they can learn every song on the radio and all the commercials, they can learn scripture. And you don't gotta force them. You find the fun ways of how they learn all the other stuff, and you let them learn like that. But if they can rap every song and do the dances, this they can get up with a microphone and read the scripture. We had to, and we back here now. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, y'all back home. Got it. Okay. You said the pollen count is 99 million. That's why everyone's stuffed up and headaches and eyes jacked up. Oh, okay. Because I thought it was just me. I'm like, what the heck? Baby, I've been waking up. I had to drink some mullein this morning. Had to, because I couldn't even, like, it was like stuck. I'm like, what the heck? So good job then. So I'm not, and I've been outside. I stayed outside for hours yesterday. While I was after I got off with y'all, I was in and out doing the chicken and stuff. I'm real happy about how it turned out. I had one more that didn't seal. I said I'm about to put that in some chicken and rice. That means I'm supposed to eat it now. My 5-year-old said I want to get more people to go with Jesus. Oh, see, hold up, see, ooh, give me 1 sec. I just came in from outside. Oh goodness. I'm talking about nigga. Listen, you said waking up with a dry mouth, going to bed with a headache, waking up with headaches, sometimes sneezing and coughing. Girl, baby, I done had to get some filters in here, and all my matter of fact, that might be the issue. Is it already? Goodness gracious. Listen, I think it's gonna help now that I got those other, like, my filters replaced. It's probably so much dust in here. Deacon been telling everybody in the store, God be with you. Come on, baby. You said, yeah, I went walking this morning and the pollen was all over the cars. So spring is here. You said Deacon K can't do too many TikTok dances, but he can tell you about bacteria, chemical reactions, and different animal breeds. Come on. Girl, if you ain't in me and my baby's conversation this morning, y'all know what I keep getting. Thank you for saying that. You know what I keep getting from all of my kids? One of my babies called me last night, and then another one called me this morning. And every time I hear, I said, y'all know that make me smile real big, right? It makes me real happy. They said, Mom, thank you for raising us differently. I hear it at least once a week from one of my 4 children. Thank you, because what the heck? People don't be teaching their kids nothing. The kids just out here. I said, right. And this is why I kept y'all busy doing something, learning something. This is why when all of the craziness is going on, y'all be looking at people like they crazy. Like, you could be doing, my daughter said it today. She said, you could be doing something so much more productive, but instead you'll just keep going in the same cycles, doing the same things, and then being mad at everybody because they looking at you like, what's wrong with you? I said, and this is, she said, and Mom, people don't hold their kids accountable. I said, and this is why y'all was held accountable, because then you get a partner that doesn't want to be held accountable, that just leaves the weight on you and all this and feel like, you know, or they can run back to their parent and do whatever they want to do. And so then you just have to deal with this adult that never grew up, that's still on their mama booby. Like, no. You said just had this conversation while at dinner with friends. Teenagers outside wreaking havoc. That's because the parents ain't teach them nothing. You said I need to find me an air purifier. They got them. This the one I got, Auntie. I mean, but it does like 400 square feet. I don't know if you're in an apartment or a house. I actually have 2 of these. I put one in my bathroom because that's where I have my meds. And then I have this one in here because of all the old books that are in here. Because I don't know if y'all noticed, once y'all start sending me all them old books, I couldn't breathe in here. And I know it's from 100-year-old dust mites probably. So this is a good one. I've had this one for a few years. I think like 3. And I just get the little, and they have bigger ones. I mean, you might need a bigger one, but these work really well. Really, it's a Westinghouse, but they work real good. They do. You said you're not lying. You can tell who parents held their kids. Yes. Yes, baby, they have the nerve to try to get mad at you for something they did. Are you stupid? You gotta be. Or you think I'm an idiot. One of the two. Most times, if I was getting into a fight in a relationship, it was because you was trying to play me like I'm like I don't pay attention. We talked about how we love people according to them and not loving them according to what we know. We learn them. And she was like, Mom, I feel like that's everybody in our family. I said, right. I'm going to love you the way you need to be loved. I'm not going to love you how I want to love you. That's not going to help you. It's not going to make you better. It's not going to make you grow. It's not going to, you know. You said I was just getting ready to say that a lot of young moms don't. We're not going to put it on the young mamas. We're not going to do that. I'm sorry, Yvonne, I can't say it because, baby, I know plenty of old mamas that had their kids older and they let them kids wreak havoc. I was stricter than all of my friends, and all of my friends was older than me, and their kids was bad. I was the disciplinarian in all my friends' houses. Their husbands didn't even say nothing to me. The kids would listen to me before they listened to either one of their parents. Big tall daddy, deep voice, it don't matter, baby. Let TT get to speaking. Kids get up and get moving. Listen. I had older, most of me and my daughters just talking about it. All my friends was older. Most of my friends' kids, baby, their lives is real crazy right now. And they used to tell me, oh, you this. I had one friend tell me, I'm telling you, I treated my kids like dogs because I could snap my fingers and they would sit down crisscross applesauce. I said, and yet, your daughter, when we went to go apply for apartments, is jumping in these people's fountain and all over the lady desk and wouldn't sit down. No, we're not going to do that. And this lady had me by easy, probably 7 and 10 years. You heard me? I'm 22, pregnant with my third. You 30 something. I can look at my kids and they gonna sit down and be quiet. You done said sit down 300 times since we've been in here. When my kids left, they gave them candy. When your children left, they gave them nothing. I pay attention. And I ain't trying to say my kids, your kids. I'm saying my kids is under control. People always want my kids to come to their house because my kids are well-mannered. It's always been a thing, and now they're doing it with my grandkids. I don't nobody got time for that. You said, yes, age doesn't mean maturity. I was a young mom, too, and y'all see how Nicole is and do. You said, that's me in our village. Listen. You said, wow. You said, where's my switch with my big mama voice? I'm trying to, girl, I whoops kids. What did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all when y'all said y'all wanted to do a kid meet and greet? What did I say? Who remember? Anybody? Y'all was like, I want you to meet the kids. I said, you might not, because I will whoop your kids. I'm going to get on them if they bad. And so then you probably don't. I literally said that to y'all. When I first came over here, they was like, oh, yeah. No, you don't. He said, I love those kind of kids. They are always welcome in my village. Remember? Folks was like, you should have I want you to. I said, ooh, because I whoop your kid. I will whoop them. White, black, Mexican, I don't care. If they cutting up, disrespecting you, I'm going to get on. I do it in the grocery store. So, I don't know. Because if y'all kids is bad, I'm going to whoop them. I'm going to tap their hands, tap their butt. So, I don't know if you want them over here with me. I don't care who kid it is. You ain't about to stress me out screaming and hollering if you don't shut up. What is wrong with you? Use your words. I don't play that. I don't believe in letting kids act. Baby, I will whoop them. I will whoop your kids. You don't let nobody say nothing to your kids because you don't have to. You're picking on my kids because your kids won't sit down. You ain't heard me have to say nothing to my kids the whole time we've been here. Not once, even down to the littlest one. They're not going to move until I tell them. They're not going to accept anything. You try to hand my kids something, they going to look at me first. And if I nod my head, yes, they can take it. If I say no, they're going to say no, thank you. What you mean? And I was young. My son was 6. No problems. Wasn't no behavioral, nothing. Most of that behavioral stuff is because people let their kids do what they want to all the way up until they 4 or 5 and then start trying to discipline them. That would no. You start teaching them when they can crawl. No, sit. No, stay. No, don't touch. Can't wait till they 5 and start trying to whoop them. Nigga, they is full grown people by that time. Ain't no way. You said, where's my switch in my big mama voice? You said that part. I refuse to allow my son to misbehave. You want to act funny? I'm finna act hilarious. Boom. Now we both embarrassed. That part, girl. You is your TT baby for real. Because my daughter just said it. She just said it. You said, oh, yeah, right. That's me. Treat mine like they're yours and I'm good. But, I get mine and yours are swinging from the chandelier. Listen, correction will save their soul. With me and my daughter just had this conversation this morning. Just had this conversation with my baby sister. Listen, I was talking about the situation with the man, and I was saying how his family didn't reprimand him. They let him do whatever he wanted to do. Cuss, whatever. He could do whatever he wanted, and they, oh, it'll be all right. He just a boy. He just a man. He just a, until doing whatever he wanted to do cost him his life and somebody else's life. And now it's a pain that other people have to bear because you didn't get on your kid. You didn't tell them they can't do whatever they want, and just because you want it, you can't take it. And you know what I'm saying? All of these different things. You didn't do that. And so then he became a menace to society in several different ways. The way he treated women, everything. You see what I'm saying? It's a real thing of, if you don't do it, you are gonna hurt, your heart is gonna hurt later. So I would rather tap your tail now, get you in line, than it is what it is. You said, spare the rod, spoil the child, like my mama used to say. And you said, I'll correct my kids quickly. That part with personalities overload. Listen, I'm not doing no. I knew I wasn't going. I've been babysitting since I was 7. Maybe 6, and that's not a joke. I've been babysitting, and I'm talking about toddlers. I was a kid myself, and my mom and them was going to the club, and I had to watch their friends' kids. And I'm 7 with newborns and 1-year-olds, and they better be dry and all of that when they got back. So, I don't know what's going on with these glasses right now. He said, oh, he just my behind. You said, oh, he finna get his butt whooped. I don't play that. I'm trying to tell you. About to have no kids hollering at me. Boy, you ain't about to have no teeth. I be seeing kids holler at their mom, baby. Let me go on and get out of here. All right, I'm going to get out. Holler at your mama? Baby, my kids don't. I think it's only maybe in each one of my kids' lives been 2 times that we was arguing, but they was grown and they was hollering, and I told them, all right now, but these feet move real quick, so you will be hollering and then close your eyes and I have my hands around your throat. Before you know it, mama move real fast, so my kids know to keep a quick distance away from me. You better be where I can't get to you, cause I don't play that. You said sad to say, but Nicole had been babysitting since she was 7 too. I had to go to work and didn't qualify for daycare assistance, right? So she know. Yeah, I get it. Me and my brother, same thing, girl. Listen, me and my brother, my older brother was working. My mama was working. She had just got divorced, so I'm 1st grade. My brother's in kindergarten. We gotta come home. Gotta make him something to eat, help him with his homework, all of that. So I've been around kids for a long time. That's why I don't play with them. I'm the fun TT. Kids love being at my house because it's a lot of stuff to do, and I interact with the kids, but you're not gonna be over here cutting up. And most parents that I was around, they would call me to talk to their kids. You got a whole husband, you got a whole wife. Why is y'all calling me? That don't make no sense. Y'all the damn parents. He said, yes, just saw that happen in Walmart. Me and my cousin looked at each other. Auntie, girl, I'm the. To your kid. I'm trying to enjoy my shopping experience. Why is you letting your child holler and scream? I did not come here. I probably just left my house trying to get away from screaming kids. But then people go shopping when it's their baby nap time and all this old weird stuff. You need to plan that mess out. Make sure you got enough milk. Make sure you not got snacks. What are you doing? Girl, I be so irritated. That's why I don't really go to the store. And then if I do, I go early in the morning or late at night when ain't nobody in there. You said I'm old school. They that look did it for my kids. My daughter just told me yesterday, girl, I perfected that look. She said I don't have to look. If I look at her, she gonna say right on down. Ain't nobody got time to be hearing all that hollering. If you want to do something with that baby, give him a binky, make him about do something. Girl, listen. Baby, that's why God knew only to give me, well, I kind of took that into my own hands, but I will whoop some kids. They need it. My son would ask me, are you mean? I don't care. Because guess what? They 29, about to be 27, about to be 24, and about to be 23, Lord's will, this year. And again, they are very grateful that they got whoopings. They're very grateful that I made them be held accountable. They're very grateful that I didn't let them sit in it and just have a fit, because life is not always going to be the way that you want it. You are not always going to have every single thing that you want, and you cannot take it. You cannot use people for it. Like, what? People don't teach their kids character. They don't teach them morals. That's what my daughter kept saying yesterday. She was like, I realized, Mom, it's so many people that don't have morals. I said, exactly. And then they want to complain about how crazy their life is, but you don't got no morals. You don't realize you keep putting yourself in these crazy situations where you don't care about how your actions affect other people, and then you expect it. Go away from me. If you don't get your... Over there. No. He said, he asked me, is this a quiet place when we go into the store or anywhere? Oh, okay. Just to be whispered. Use your inside voice. That's something that, and use your inside voice. I hear my daughter say it to my grandsons all the time, Nicole. I'm trying to tell you, is this a place where I need to be quiet? Yes. They'll tell their daughters and sons in a minute, use your inside voice. And they say, Mommy, can we? Oh, okay. You don't get to talk loud everywhere. I told my daughters, if y'all not going to take them out to eat, you need to get a white tablecloth and start teaching them how to sit. I started that stuff when they were young. You hear me? Because the Bible says, train up a child in the way that they should go, and it'll never depart from them. So when you have, now, again, some people just rotten from birth, but teaching your children that just because you're in a space doesn't mean you have to participate in everything in that space is a life-saving thing too. When you put your kids in competition with other children, then they're always going to be in a space of, well, I have to do what everybody else is doing. Well, what if what everybody else is doing is a very harmful substance or participating in very dangerous behavior? Because you haven't taught them to stand alone and to be okay and to hold themselves accountable and to think about what comes after this. If I do this, what is going to happen? Is this going to hurt my mom and dad? Is this going to put me... people don't... Oh, they're just kids. Oh, okay. Well, it's kid murderers. It's kid burglars. It's kid abusers. There's children that are addicts. And you just see a kid. But the spirit that is running through that child because of the trauma or whatever else that they've been through is ancient and wise. You be all up in our business. Laugh Out Loud was just having this conversation with my grandkids the other day. It's a real thing. I don't want no parts of crazy. And I'm not telling nobody how to parent their kids. I'm just saying you do them an injustice when you don't discipline them. Hey, and you gon' cry. My mom used to say, either you get on them now or you gonna cry a lot of tears when they get grown. You ever heard that? You better get them now, because if you don't, you're going to cry a lot of tears when they get older. She said, I tell my son, before you do something, think, is this a good idea? Is this going to help somebody? And if the answer is no, don't do it. Walk away. Yes. You heard it before, She Not Me? Y'all heard it before? Yeah, them old mamas say, you don't get on them now, baby, you're going to cry a lot of tears when you get older and behind their actions. Yes. And so then that's why I be like, no, I'm going to get them now. You said, I have heard that before. He may be 5, but he understands. Kids are a lot more aware than what folks... Girl, they don't want them to be aware because they don't want to do it. They don't want to take the time to cultivate those babies. They want to stick them on an iPad or in front of the TV and live they, hip-hop lives. Try to be an influencer. Take care of them. Listen. I was in the scene and still ran a regular household. I was modeling. I was We're All the Star. I did all of that. And guess what, baby? I was a soccer mom at home. Drove a van and everything. You hear me? And was still out and about at the places. But my kids was cool. They wasn't eating McDonald's every day. And no, they got home cooked meals. We still did school. All of that. You have to learn a healthy balance. You can pop out. You can do what you gonna do. But you still also need to be taking care of your house. You need to be... God gave you those kids to teach them and to show them how to live in this world, not give them everything that they want. That's not what he gave you those kids. Oh, I know my kids spoiled right, and don't nobody want to be around them. Because ain't nothing good about nothing spoiled. Spoiled milk, spoiled eggs, spoiled meat, spoiled rice, spoiled flour, spoiled bread. Ain't nothing good about being spoiled. The heck? Most of the spoiled kids, don't nobody want to keep them. Don't nobody want to be around them. Don't nobody want them coming over. Or everybody be irritated when they around. No. Not going to embarrass me in front of these people. Ugh. And I was young, but I didn't care. I'm telling you, I can snap my fingers right now. All 4 of my kids going to turn their head. Sometimes I do it just to see if it still works. And my son will be 30 next year. So if that gives you any... Listen, I'll clap my hands. Everybody go silent still and look. And they grown. Parents of their own. I'm not about to keep talking to you. And now they do it with their kids. I'm trying to tell you. If they get to cutting up or saying too much, if I get close to them and slide my arm under their arm, they know what's up. I'm about to pinch the hell out of you. And they be like, no, Mom, get away. Oh, okay, because you're doing too much. Don't let me get close to you. People that I pinch, baby, if I slide my hand under here like this on you, just know what's coming. And this grown people, I used to pinch my friends and everybody stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? They do. He said, I know how that is. My youngest one had that spirit that didn't want to listen. I was hard on him like my other 3. He's the only one that just give me problems since he was 10. Went to juvenile detention at that age in real life. Because some of them just born with it. Some of them is. It be generational curses that be on them babies. You said when my son was small, he would always say, well, they did this. And I would say, but what did you do? Now I hear him asking his friends that same thing when they talking about other people's actions. I'm trying to tell you. They know, don't make me talk to you up close, girl. Girl. You said my son may get tablet time, but I don't leave him to the wayside with the screen. He has responsibilities, manners, and a mama who don't play that part. That pinch and walk away gracefully. I'm trying to tell you. I will whoop you. Are we going to have a problem? Do you want me to whoop you right now? No? Okay. If I have to say anything else to you, I'm about to walk you in this bathroom and I'm about to tear you up. Stop now. Get your life together. You need an attitude adjustment. And they know the attitude adjustment is the 12-inch ruler that is in my purse that is about to come out and tear you a new one. Do not embarrass me in front of these people. don't make me. Now, come on. You said most didn't understand, but my peace and freedom is most important, girl. That part. He's been out of jail since then. I just keep praying that he's straightened out. Ask God to tell you what's wrong with him, or have him come tell you, because it's the reason he's doing the things that he's doing. My son is 5 and he doesn't feel like me or his grandma should take out the trash. He tries to help fold the clothes. He cleans his own messes, and if necessary, can get his own food. Girl, 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 girl. Ah! Come on. Oh, I can't even do it. But yes. You said my favorite was let's go to the bathroom. Better act right. I'm trying to tell you, I just give them a look and they run in my house. I'm trying to tell you. Not about to play with you. That's why we got kids that think they can go to the school and take other people's lives because they want to. Because it's something they feel like they should be able to do. Oh, okay. Okay. You said, I remember when I went to visit my G-babies, my grandson told his friends, my G-ma don't play with you. You better act right. My kids still do. They be like, hey, bro, you can't do all that cussing and stuff in front of my mama. You can't smoke in front of her. You can't drink. And she do all of the above, but you don't get to do it. I had one, it was Wood, and named the enforcer girl. Mine was the attitude adjuster. I'm trying to tell you, my baby's under me right now listening to you, and I'm glad they listening. When TT Circle speak, they definitely listen. You better be good. TT gonna come over here. You better sit down. When TT love you, but you better sit down. You said they know when I give them that look and say in front of God and everyone, they have crossed the line. He even understands he can't go with Jesus if he's not a good person. Come on. Right, because you will be embarrassed. Listen, I get on my kids now. They tell their spouses, you can't do that stuff in front of my mom, like she's not. They like, don't she? And, yeah, but you can't. And they grown. They don't care. My kids will tell their friends, you can't come over here doing what you do at your house because my mom is not having it. Girl, she cool, but not that cool. You said the fly swatter is my other thing. Girl, yeah, and a good cheap hard hair store flip flop. I had some red ones, baby. They lasted me for years, baby. I whooped them kids with them until they broke their head. Y'all know the hard ones they used to have, and it kind of got thicker at the back, but it was thin, but it was that thick, baby, with the ridges. Baby, I'll tell you. Keep me a flip flop. And not the styrofoam ones. You said, I never even raised my voice at my mama. I'm about to be 29 this year. That part. I know better, girl. Girl. My daughters then got a little crazy. And my son had to get me with that oldest girl. About 21, I was going through a lot, baby. She got the holler, baby, before I knew it. I done dived over on her. You hear me? My son was like, get off her. You about to get it, too. Everybody about to get it. You said my hand was mine. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Listen, it's a real thing. I'm 53 and won't do it. Listen, my mom will slap you so quick, girl. When I tell you, I'm like the dang. Oh, what's the name, nigga? I'm trying to tell you. My kids know. Don't let me get within arm, girl. Girl, this backhand ain't nothing to play with. You in my bones, baby. I'm talking about bow. I told y'all. Hey, not trying to be funny. That chocolate baby, she got slapped up the stairs. No joke. She tells everybody. She said, I came home high, trying to act like I wasn't high. My mama knew what was up. She waited, let me get all the way up the stairs, and then said, come here. When she was standing on the first step, I said, so you gonna come at my house high? And try to act like I don't, and you 14 or 15. She said, Mom, baby, I said, well, let me go and give you something. Girl, before I said, come here. She turned around. Baby, her hands couldn't go up fast enough. Baby, I'm telling you, she fell up the stairs. She tell people herself, I'm not playing with you. You trying to get my other kids taken from me? You want the police in my business? I'm not gonna play with you. Baby lip was busting and everything. I bet you we didn't have them problems no more. Not a one. She slapped my daughter next to me. I never saw it and moved away. I'm trying to tell you. And Will, you said learn that hand is quicker than the eye. Baby, talking about this backhand stupid. You hear me? And don't it's a lean motion. You gotta. You hear me? I will knock them teeth out your mouth. You better quit playing with me. Body slammed her, trying to get past me. Girl, you said, woo, the oldest daughter be trying to, and when she was 15, I had to lay her butt out. Girl, they get to smelling themselves sons too. He told y'all. Boy, that nigga was talking, and he was like this tall at the time, probably. But he lanky. I've been fighting big, thick niggas. Boy, that boy got to talking crazy to me before I knew it, baby. I didn't went down like this, went under his legs, and put that nigga on his back. And he was like, get off of me. I said, hey. He was probably 15, maybe. Honey, had body slammed that nigga, had him folded up, quick in a hurry. I've been fighting this big nigga. He 240 pounds, 6'3" and a half, 6'4". Nigga, you is 110 pounds, 120 pounds, soaking wet. I'm about to lay your butt out. You got long arm reach, but your mama is agile and quick. He was like, I want to go back to my grandma's house. Bye. Honey, don't care. I've been fighting big niggas. That ain't nothing. You hear me? You better move. You said the last was the soap in the mouth. All my kids done tasted soap. Girl, yeah. All of them. Every last one of them. I ain't playing with you. I went through hell bringing my kids into this world. I was young. My parents were against me. I didn't have nobody. They daddies was giving me hell. The people at the church was giving me hell. I'm getting side eyes from it. I went through, and then on top of that, I'm going through what you call it? What is it? Where preterm labor and all of that stuff. Baby, I went through too much to get you here. And I went through too much as a young mom to put all of these amazing things in you for you to do. I prayed too many nights. I was a praying mom from the time I got pregnant. Praying over my stomach every day. All of that. I'm not going to, and postpartum, I don't think I really went through postpartum. They didn't really talk about, maybe I just didn't know. That's a bigger thing now. They talked about our postpartum body care, but this whole, like, postpartum crazy, they didn't talk about that when we was, I don't know, in 1997 wasn't nobody talking to, they talked about your body care, but the mind part of it, I really started hearing about that after I had all my kids, that was a thing of the postpartum depression and all of that kind of stuff. Because baby, I ain't trying to be funny, I didn't have no time to be depressed. I had too many kids. I had to get up, and even if I was, I couldn't. You said they weren't saying that, and right. I never heard about the postpartum depression so much and all of that. Like, now, did chicks used to flip out after they had their kids, and that probably was? Yeah, but that wasn't, like, I had to tell my daughters when they start having kids, don't take that on. Like, be cool, because most of these doctors that be putting all this stuff out, they don't have kids. Ain't never been pregnant. They telling you what the book said. And the people that wrote the books, some of them don't have kids either. They never been pregnant. It was nurses and stuff trying to tell me about my body. Nigga, I'm 16, but I come from a medical family. I've been reading medical journals and stuff since I was a kid. Listen, I know what's going on with me. This is what y'all need to look for. I grew up in the hospital, and not in that. My mom and them. My dad's a nurse. My mom worked in a lab. That's all I heard was medical terminology from the time I was probably 6 until I got pregnant with this baby. Leave me alone. Do what I'm asking y'all to do. Thank you. You said they weren't calling it that. No, you said I'm so thankful I didn't have it either. I might have had it. Now, that's what I'm saying. It might have been there, but we didn't have. You got to get up. You got to get up and get this house clean. Go to school. I was still a teenager, so I had to go back to school and was going to college. And I can't be depressed right now. The only time I get to cry is when I'm in the shower. And then after that, it's put this face on and you got to get up and do what you got to do. I don't know. I tell my kids, if you bring your kids to my house, if they act up, I'm going to put them in check. You said like I did with y'all. That part. My kids already know. They be saying, we going to send them down there to you. Are you sure? You sure? You going to be all right? Because I'm going to do what I did. Now, grandma's a little softer on the grandbabies, but they're still going to get the same. I had to snatch my grandson up when I went home. He pushed his sister, baby. Before I knew it, I had hopped up. I had the other baby in my hand, baby. I done hopped up and grabbed him. I said, don't you ever do that. He started crying. I said, be quiet. You don't hit your sister. You don't push your sister. I will whoop you. And he said, Mommy. I said, Grandma ain't around a lot, but I'm telling you right now, my daughter and them, they just, everybody went their way. Oh, okay, because you can get some too. Not playing with y'all. We're not doing that. That part, too busy to be depressed. I'm trying to tell you, we had to get up. We had to get up. Mm-mm. But that's why you got to be careful. Them doctors be trying to put all kinds of stuff on you. And if you don't know no better, you'll say, oh, yeah, that's it. And then they just start handing you a whole bunch of pills. No, we're not doing that. Get up. Go get some sunlight. Fold some clothes. Turn some music on. You'll be all right. You will be okay. I'm going to run to the restroom, and then we can get on this, what I want to share with y'all. Timo, listen. The whole house can get it. Everybody. Everybody here used to be on the inside of me. So that means, hey, everybody. The grandkids was here. Not the dads. But if it came out of you, it used to be here. That's mine. That's... I sent my granddaughters, they have these miniature little babies on Amazon for like $8, right? And my daughter texted me this morning a picture of my second granddaughter opening the box. And she says, is it headphones? While I'm sitting outside like this. I say, yeah, that's my grandbaby. She done went through like 4 pairs of headphones. You hear me? I didn't purchase them. Her mom did. But she thought, oh, okay, Grandma's going to send me some headphones. No, Grandma's not sending you any more headphones because you had those other ones for 30 minutes and you pulled the foam off of them. But she absolutely loves headphones like her grandmother. Do you hear me? I said, no, it's not. It's a little baby. And keep her clothes on. Within 10 minutes, the baby was naked. She said, and they're joined at the wrist so that she can't take the clothes all the way out, so everybody's laid out on the couch. They ain't nothing but this big, little 4-inch babies, big enough for her little hands. And she done stripped everybody of their clothes. I said, well, just let her do it. Just let her. He said, you cry when ain't no one around, then you get up and get going. Every day of my life, girl. Every day. Still doing it every single day. I'm going to get these tears out, and then I'm going to get to what I need to get to. Me and my baby, and then we're going to get to what we're going to talk about. But, we talked about how people get stagnant, and they just get used to doing the same things, right? And it's because they were never made to push through, because they always had a cushion or a parent that wasn't going to let them fall. Well, they never learned the lessons, and so then they become more codependent on the parent, and they never reach their full potential, and they're angry at everybody about it. Whether you should have just let them fall. So, because that's how they get their relationship with God. That's how they learn that God will answer their prayers. But if you are always trying to play God in their life, then they're going to, be your headache. You said, why do we do that? I used to take all my baby's clothes off too. Listen, I don't know. We came in with no clothes on, girl. Strip them down. She said, girl, she took all their clothes. Just let her do it. Just let her. She said, I got 3 babies. She said, you got 4 babies. She said, well, yeah. They ain't nothing but this big. They about $8, a little for her little self. So she got other babies, but I said, them the babies she can take in a car with her, because they be wanting to bring toys. He said, oh my God, you said it. I'm gonna tell somebody something. What you just said is important. Uh-oh. Well, I'm happy to help. I'll be right back. I'm gonna run to the restroom. I have this book that I want to share something with y'all. Some of y'all probably already read it. I don't know. So this is the one we're going to have. Okay. The extra OTP book one. But it's not a lot of reading. I just wanted to theorize with you all. Can we do that? Can we do some brainstorming and some connecting of the dots. Can we do that? And it's not going to be long because I got chicken sitting in vinegar and salt in there. So, but I was reading it earlier, and some of you might have already read it. That's fine. We're just going to talk about it. I saw something that you all might already know, but for those of you that have thyroid issues, if you can, please get seaweed. Anybody that has digestive issues, get seaweed. I just saw this and I had to send it to my mom because she has thyroid issues. And if there's no thyroid medicine, seaweed has a lot of iodine in it. It's a superfood for thyroid issues. So pack up on seaweed. You're welcome, pumpkin. I'm gonna read it to y'all. Let's see if I can find it. A screenshot of it. I'll send it in a text too. So seaweed is a nutrient-dense superfood packed with vitamins, minerals, especially iodine, and antioxidants that support thyroid function, gut health, and heart health. Rich in fiber and protein, it can assist with weight management, blood sugar control, and reducing inflammation. While it alienates, while it's alginates, may help alleviate GERD. And then it says seaweed is a premier source of iodine necessary for producing thyroid hormones that regulate metabolism. It can help reduce blood pressure and cholesterol levels with compounds that may prevent blood clotting. And then it's rich in fiber and prebiotics. Seaweed helps feed good bacteria into the gut, aiding in digestion. So, if you have any of those issues, stock up on some seaweed for later. You take alkaline sea moss capsules, wild crafted. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just saying, I'm sharing this for people because I know that my mom has issues with her stomach and with her thyroid. So I text that to my brother yesterday, and he's actually having some gut issues as well. And I was like, y'all might want to get some seaweed around there. So just have it for later, just as a precautionary thing to have a couple packs or whatever stored up for just in case. Because if there's no thyroid medicine, that's some iodine for you. We already got the one where you can rub it under your arm. Remember, we talked about that. And then when it stops taking it, you have to do it like every 4 hours if there's no thyroid medicine. Remember, the iodine, the liquid iodine. So get that as well. And have a couple of bottles of that, because y'all know they talking about the petroleum with no oil. A lot of our medicine is made with petroleum, so the pills and stuff like that. And then how they gonna get it over here? So just finding things that will substitute you not having the medication that you need is going to be vital for some folks. You know, if you have different organs that are not regulated or they've taken them. Okay, y'all know I just be looking for y'all. Be trying to find everything that we might need. I take it, but didn't know it was good for that as well. Okay. Well, we learned something new. Seaweed and sea moss. Yes. You said my daughter did that too. Listen, your granddaughter did that too. Listen, it's a real thing. So, I was reading in our new OTP. If you have it, grab it. If you don't, that's fine. We're just going to chop it up for a minute, and then I'm going to get busy on this last batch of chicken I got to do. Well, technically, it's not the last. It's the last batch of chicken I'm going to do. I'm going to take 2 days off and do potatoes, and then I'll get back to the chicken that is freezer burned in my freezer. I'm going to let it soak in the vinegar, season it up real good, then I'll do them. So I can get it all out and just have an empty freezer. Okay. So, I was reading here and this morning, and I was like, that's interesting. And maybe we talked about this before, maybe we didn't. I don't remember, because we're at 1,800 classes, and so then there's that. You said, look at God. This is confirmation. I was just praying and talking to God about this, about my thyroid, and what did he think I should do? Interesting. We'll do some research, sister. God knows, right? He knows exactly what we need. And I just sent that to my brother, I'm going to tell you. Yesterday at 9:43 a.m. Just sent it to my brother yesterday at 9:43. So just know, I didn't know until yesterday. I looked up seaweed benefits out on a whim because I had some the other day just to see what I was good for. And then I saw it's good for my mom, an issue she's been having for years. And my brother with the issues he's having right now. So it's like, okay. That's why when God puts stuff in your mind, sometimes the information is not for you. It's for the people around you. And that's why if he tells you to go look up a word or look something up, he said, and this was Thursday, Friday, when I was talking to God about this, God be listening. He do. 100%. He does. And I'm grateful that he does. You know what? I need to go on because I think I slept a little hard last night in this neck. Where is my... There it goes. Queen, I still got my cream. And do. You're welcome. Yeah. That's why I said, instead of putting energy in negative stuff, we could be learning something new that helps somebody every day. Ain't nobody got time for that craziness. You know? It's weird. Real crazy. I'd rather be growing, you know, learning a new technique every day or learning something new about the cosmos, something, instead of arguing with you all the dang time. I don't want to do that. All right. Here we go. So I'm just going to read what I read, and then we'll talk about it, okay? So I started reading about when Methuselah was instructing Enoch. When Methuselah was instructing Noah and he was getting ready to die, he was telling him what to do, you know, whatever. But the part that stood out to me was this. Well, let's go back to this last line. So it says, God who solely created our ancestors, Adam and Eve, they being fruitful and multiplying so that the whole blessed earth around paradise was filled by them, may he make you fruitful and multiply you so that the whole earth will be filled by you. May he preserve you from the terrible punishment which has been declared against this stubborn generation. May he be with you and guard you. May the gift which has been bestowed upon our father Adam go forth from this holy place together with you. This is what Methuselah is saying to Noah before he dies. He said, those 3 seals of the blessings which God has given to your father Adam shall be the ferment needed into your seed and the seed of your children, namely kingship, priesthood, and prophecy. Listen, Noah, blessed one of the Lord, and behold, I will leave this world like my ancestors, and only you and your sons and their wives will be left. Do everything which I command you today. Do everything which I command you today. God will bring about a deluge, and as soon as I am dead, bury me in the cave of treasures together with my fathers. Then take your wife and your sons and the wives of your sons and go down from this holy mountain. Take our father, listen, take our father Adam's body and those three offerings, gold, myrrh, and incense with you. Put Adam's body down in the middle of the ark and those offerings at its upper side. Did you hear that? You heard it with your own ears. So when they found Noah's ark, because they did, and got down in the bottom of there, Adam's body was in it. So they have the original DNA. And we know that Seth and them wrapped him up, put him in a cave of treasures. That's where they was. So when they found Noah's ark, they found bones on there. They never said nothing about that. Then it started making me wonder if certain gold staffs and stuff weren't made out of that same gold. That was magical. Because remember, he bought him gold rods. But Adam was 30 feet tall, at least. So how big and thick were the gold rods? They weren't bars, they were rods. Because they radiated light. And for Adam to be 30 feet tall, you're going to need a bigger slab of gold. Because what he going to do with a little bar of gold like what we got right now? Nothing. Now you see why the ark is, because I'm wondering if some of that gold is the gold that they use for the ark, that they use for the crowns, that they use for the priest. Is that why the priest buttons and stuff used to light up? The jewels. Remember, because he specifically told them how to make it. Okay? So what if now, and it's crazy, because remember we just read about Solomon that he was receiving gold and stuff for the temple from the Garden of Eden. God let angels come and bring him. That's why the temple was so glorious. We just read that the other day. Well, if the gold was on the boat with Noah, that makes sense as to how he got gold out of the garden. And all the magical things that got on the boat with Noah. Because we know he had Adam and Eve's clothes. Well, they were magical because God made them. And so whenever Nimrod went to fight, or anybody that had them, they were invincible while they had those animal skins on. They were on the boat as well. Is that why people can't touch the Ark of the Covenant and get close to it? Because that gold actually came out of the Garden of Eden? Think about all the movies that we've watched. You said along with the staff from the tree. Exactly. Think about this. Think about all the movies that we watched. How they would get some rare artifact that they found in some temple. And if your spirit wasn't right, they would go in there and a person would be dead, and the piece would be there. What if it was made out of that gold as well? Because don't forget now that the Israelites and stuff the Hebrews kept getting raided by the giants and stuff. And they would take, you said, have they been looking for the descendants who can touch the stuff? Of course they have. I believe that's why certain people come up missing. You said, I got chills, family said, which makes perfect sense when I was watching Ancient Aliens and they was talking about how when people get close to it, it's like radiation poison. Come on. Y'all feeling me now? So now y'all see why I said I just want to do a little theory with you. Let's just brainstorm about why certain things. You said I had just finished reading Moses and how Dad told him to build the Ark of the Covenant. This makes a lot of sense. Come on. Is that interesting to y'all? What if God didn't want the devil to get a hold to Adam's body? Because then he could take DNA, because we know he's the reason why the gene splicing and all of that stuff started happening. What if he did not want him to get the body? They fought over Moses' body. I think they fought over the body of Abraham or something like that as well. Or one of them bodies, the body of Moses, the body of Abraham, one of them. Remember, the angels was fighting over it. Why did he want the bodies? Why did Lucifer want the bodies? So it makes sense that God would take the first man. He had him stored up and wrapped up. And y'all see how well them Egyptian mummies be preserved and the different people, they're still. He knew, right? Now think about this. At that time, when the earth had been destroyed, they were already practicing necromancy. So what if Lucifer, now we're just, brainstorming. What if he wanted the original DNA so that he could destroy the body of the first man? You said it makes me think of Aladdin and the Cave of Wonders, and the lion cave thing said only one may enter here. The Cave of Treasures. After I read the Cave of Treasures the first time, that's exactly what I thought about, Sarah. Because remember, it was in the desert, it's hidden. You had to get the riddles to go find it. And remember when we read in Adam and Eve and a couple other books, the bodies of all of the first people, that's where they were at with the gold and all of that kind of stuff. And people, and think about it, it was a lot of bones in there because a lot of people died in there because they got stuck in there because the mouth of the cave would close. The mouth of the lion would close. So it was all them dead other people that never got out. But you know how they twisted the Cave of Treasures. And we know that it was over there in that area somewhere. You said they got Gilgamesh too. They don't need all the power, even though he can't stop it. Listen, you said they've been showing us this is crazy. Yeah, they've been playing in our face the whole time. You said, and it was always somebody watching the caves of the golden treasures. Yep, that's part of them. God did not want them to get in the wrong hands. Right, exactly. Yeah, I knew y'all was gonna feel it. I knew it was gonna make y'all toes wiggle too. You said thinking that the lost books was maps. I told you that's why they didn't want to. They found these in like 19 something. They didn't let them out into the world until over 20 years later. So they got the original pieces that we can't get, the parts that they edited out so that we don't know to go looking for it. But remember, I used to be on here arguing with people. I said, well, if the Bible ain't real, why do all the archaeologists use it to find the ancient sites if it's not real? And if these are all made up stories from somebody, why do all of the archaeologists use and they will tell you, we use Bible and ancient manuscripts and ancient maps to find these ancient cities, and then they get it out there and they find all the gold, they find the huge bones. Stop it. You can keep believing that because they don't want you to go looking, because then if you start to read and you start to understand, then you start to travel and you be looking for yourself and you won't find it, because we did. You said they say they doing archaeological digging. This is what they're looking for. Yes, this is what we've been talking about the whole time. This one. Remember? They told us right here that exactly where Job said there was brontosauruses. Job said, he talked about the behemoth. When he describes the behemoth, it looked just like a brontosaurus. And then they come out with books like this, where they found the ball and socket and tail vertebrae of a titansaurid, sauropod, Malawiasaurus, and all of these different. Well, that makes sense because where was the giants living? They was living in ancient Mesopotamia and in ancient Africa. And see, they don't tell you. Remember, I told y'all all of these beings is still in the Congo. That's why they burning it down. I told y'all that in 22. And when everybody kept saying, "Oh, that's fake, that's fake," no, because the river in the Congo is bigger than Texas, the whole state of Texas. That jungle that's in the middle of the Congo, the water that they can't, it's such thick brush that they can't get to. It's bigger than Texas. The body of water, the jungle. The body of water is bigger than Texas, and the trees and the brush and all of that, they can't get to it. But when you go there, there are indigenous people that say, yeah, no, these things are still alive. They're there, and we have to put goats by the water. They say it in Brazil too. And then in 22, they showed a very recent looking T-Rex, and everybody's like, that's AI. I said, no, it ain't. And now what they showed, the dude in British Columbia, and these little beings is running around over there. Why wouldn't we think that they are when we know for a fact that these things were on the ark? They was alive, and it ain't nothing to take a dinosaur egg on a boat. Huh? How many times we didn't see in ancient Japan that they saw a pterodactyl and they said that's not what it was? It was CGI. There's altitudes that we can't even get to. So how you gonna know what's up there? Huh? You said that's why Satan's Masonic elite think they slick. Mm-hmm. You said we want the knowledge, they want the power for all the wrong reasons. And they said it on Joe Rogan's show. I didn't even know because I don't watch his show. I see his little clips, but exactly. And mind you, I didn't have this book for a while. I had this book before I met y'all. Right? A couple years before I met y'all, I got this. You said they show us in the movies. They do. They do. So I thought that was interesting because they are so obsessed with this DNA. Right? So if they know where the boat is, that means they didn't tow it apart and got everything. They didn't dug as far as which means they found that body. They did. That's why they had to turn around and lie. Well, early 2000s. I know they found that thing in like the 70s or 80s or sometime like that. Then they hid that away and rediscovered it again. But I remember when I was in church as a kid, my grandma and them talking about that they had found the ark and, the boat was put together with, whatever and all this stuff. So that's why when they came out in the 2000s talking about they just found it, I'm like, no, they didn't. I remember my grandma and them, my mom and them talking about it. What do you mean they just found it? They been found that thing. But they rediscovered it in these 2000s. So that's mind blowing to me. Or late 90s, something like that. Which is crazy. So anyway, let's get back to it because I got to get to that check-in. All right. So, he said, put Adam's body down in the middle of the ark and, hold on, in the middle of the ark and those offerings at its upper side. You and your son shall stay on the ark's eastern side, and your wife and your sons on the western side. Your wives, it says wives, must not come over to your side, and you do not go to them. Neither eat nor drink nor unite with them until you go out from the ark. Because this generation has angered God so that he did not allow them to be near paradise and to sing praises together with the angels. When the waters of the deluge when the waters of the deluge withdraw from the earth, and you go forth from the ark in order to dwell in this land, Noah, blessed one of the Lord, shall not leave the ark and the body of our father Adam. Rather, minister in front of God instead of the ark, inside the ark in purity and saintliness all the days of your life. Those gifts then shall be put on its eastern side. Also, command your firstborn Shem that after your death he should take up the body of our father Adam. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Yeah. No, I take that back. We did talk about this. Excuse me. I forgot they buried the body of Adam under Golgotha. We did talk about that. Excuse me, y'all. I forgot we did read that, and it says the same thing here. Excuse me. Okay. Also command your firstborn, Shem, that after your death he take the body out, the body of our father Adam, and carry it and put it down in the middle of the earth. Then he shall make a dwelling there, dwell there one man from his progeny in order to minister there, and a Nazarite all the days of his life, and he must not take a wife. He shall not offer the offerings of wild animals, birds, rather bread and wine shall be the offering of God. For it is there that salvation will be wrought for Adam and his offspring. Yes, I forgot. I'm sorry I read that earlier too, y'all. And it is highlighted, just so you know. I just forgot that quickly. But, hey, Auntie, what you say that I missed? So, I forgot that they did bury him under Golgotha. And then Jesus was crucified there to undo the death of Adam. And I forgot that quickly. But, even still, if they know that Adam's body is under... Did I look at Adam's tomb? Did you send it to me, Auntie? I was about to call you Amy. You still my Amy anyway, but I know on the internet it's Auntie. But in my family, we don't say Auntie, we say Amy. I was about to call you Amy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Auntie. I don't know if y'all use that or not. That's country. We don't say Auntie, we say Amy. Real country. Did you send me pictures, Auntie? I think you did. Did you send me pictures? I feel like you did. Y'all say that in Mississippi, right? Because my people from down that way. They from down over there. Yeah, we say Amy. We don't say Auntie, but, you know. Or TT. We call folks Amy. And it ain't like, it'd be like Ain't Pat. Not Aunt, ain't. We over ain't Papa house, so whoever. Okay. Interesting. I guess it's time. You've been my auntie for 4 years, so you probably about to be Annie now. Just we moving on, auntie. We moving on up, okay? So if it slip out, that's because I love you a lot. It's not that I didn't before, but my aunties, I call them Annie. So you said like Aunt Annie's pretzels. I say it like you said it. Yeah. Yeah. We don't call our aunties auntie. Like when we talking to other people, we be like, that's my auntie. But when we're talking to them, it's Annie. Annie, what you in here doing? So, and my nieces call me Annie too. Like my brother's kids, they be like, Annie, what you doing? I ain't doing nothing. What is you doing? So, again, excuse me for, but again, we're just brainstorming. So whether he was in the ark or under Golgotha, which I forgot we read that several times. That being said, they know where his DNA is. This is how they can go back to the oldest haplogroup and all of that, because they have the DNA. And think about it, those bodies were so well preserved, right? And they already showed us with the what is it, Blade, that they can rehydrate that finger. Y'all, wasn't it Blade where they did that, where the vampires got fried and then they just put the needle under the fingernail and plump the finger up? Don't they do that in real autopsies and stuff too, so they can get a fingerprint? Auntie, can you send it to? Cause I can't get it if you send it to CERCA TROVA Books. Can you send it? Okay, but can you send it to Trova Circa 22 or Tatnot Place? Cause CERCA TROVA Books is on this iPad, and I can't. I'm mute. You already did? Okay, hold on. Let me see. So maybe they messing with my stuff then. That's crazy. So I'm in Trova Circle right now. That's so crazy that I don't know if that's AI doing it or what, until it's not here. I seen it come up on here, but it's not in either one of it's not in Tatnot and it's not in CERCA TROVA. That's so crazy. I'm gonna just have to take a picture. Hold on, y'all. Cause that's wild that I can't get this on. Oh wow. Auntie, I'm so happy you traveled for us. Oh wow. Hold on, y'all. Wow. Sorry, y'all. And now I done got this all oily. Give me a second. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, Annie. Because guess what? I think did we show this in class already? Did we show this? I feel like we showed this. Look, y'all. Hold on. Y'all see it? We get to look at ancient stuff because of our beautiful aunties and uncles that be traveling. This is so cool. Look. It shows the crack when the crucifixion. Is this what I'm looking at right here? This is the crack happened with the crucifixion. We have the coolest school on the planet. Do you see it? Auntie, mwah. Thank you for being you. That's to make me hot. Thank you for being you, Auntie. Oh, man. I'm going to send this to my brother who's a minister. That is cool. Wow. So then when we go, yeah, I didn't just got hot. Hold on. Hey, Rika. We is looking at the pictures that Auntie sent us of Adam's grave because we reading about the Golgotha, and he was under there, and I made a mistake and was saying something different, even though I had just read this morning, but it is what it is. Yeah, we reading about Adam and his grave and the crack that happened when Christ was crucified. I'm about to bite. Do y'all realize that Blade stole that? They needed his blood to create a version of oh my God. And then too, the other one, with the why can't I never think of this? It used to be my favorite. What's the other one? Remember Marcus and the brother, and the blood would have to, somebody would have to die, and then the blood would go down and it would drip on them and they would come alive. What is it? Where the girl wore the skin tight clothes. I can't think of it. Favorite freaking movie. How do I not remember the name of it? Getting old is a trip. What is it called? It's not Twilight. It's the other one. Underworld. I don't know why. I literally love Underworld, and it never comes to my mind anymore. I don't know what's going on with that. That's why Blade is black, right? Right, and he was the day walker, but he could go into the night as well, like Jesus. Jesus was the day walker. Do y'all see this? Even in Blade, when they went up there and they killed the man, and he thought he was about to get the gold coins, and the blood started going, it opened a portal for the devil to come up out of the thing. The blood was the thing. And think about this. When Jesus died and his blood ran, all of the people that were in the graves were resurrected. The ones that was going to go back to heaven with him. The people that was never supposed to be in Hades. Remember, we read about it, that they walked around for the 3 days that Jesus was in, they was in Jerusalem, and people were spooked because people that had been there for over 1,000 years was walking around in Jerusalem. Remember this? You said in every movie they have to hydrate. Listen. Or like a hybrid. So they stole the story of the crucifixion. That's wild. And it's crazy because whenever that happens in the movie, the person always acquires superhuman strength and superhuman ability. Punch through walls and fly and y'all see it? The cloaks that they always told us were magic are basically make a person invincible, like Dr. Strange's cloak. What if some of the material on there was made from Adam and Eve's clothes? It was alive, the material, and it could protect him and all of this. And we know that all of that is real in that movie. It's not made up. They use the real stuff in those movies to tell us what we don't see. Right. Think about it. Because Nimrod, he fought all these wars. Think about it. He was fighting with Og. Think about that. It was flying dragons. Like we know from the book of Og that it was these people that had all these arms. All the movies we watch about the Titans and whatever else. So it makes sense. Alive. Right. His cape, Dr. Strange's cape, was alive. Well, if God made it with his bare hands, anything, God don't touch dead things. Not to mention going into the dimensions. Exactly. And think about it. Ohia and Mahia, it says that they took a cosmic journey. A cosmic journey to travel to Enoch. You said sister. It's always made from a mystic special material. Yep. You said just like the devil's conspiracy when they was taking the DNA and they wanted the DNA of Jesus. Right. Or demons in, what's the name? With Tom Hanks. They was trying to find the lineage of Jesus, remember? I'm starting to feel like Superman was taken from Enoch. Probably. In the video games, we see a fighter with many hands in Mortal Kombat, a giant. And remember, we studied this in the beginning, all the different giants and what they look like and how they're depicted. Remember? Me too. On my legs. Yeah. This is interesting. Do you think it's interesting? Because I do. Me, right here. This girl. I think it's very interesting. I think that's also why they're obsessed with the Shroud of Turin as well. You said my arms, because we know they got the DNA. Remember, they said they genetically tested the Shroud of Turin, and they found 23 or whatever, and then one from an unknown source that nobody knows. Blah 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 blah. So they have the DNA, which is crazy, of God. They have it. I love connecting the dots together. Me too. They have his DNA. This is why I said they know who is in what bloodline, because they have the giant bones. If they're doing it with the dinosaurs, you don't think they did it with the 200-foot people? This is how we knew that the army was making super soldiers back in the 80s and 90s. But from what I understand, it was all the way back into the 1800s they was doing it. You said, didn't they say a certain royal throne has the cornerstone of the temple? Yes, they do. And they said they got his staff. And them rubies in there came out of there too. In them crowns. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, listen, but think about what you had us, what you looked up the other day. That's why God had those 5 prophets hide all of that stuff that we added up the value of the other day, because he knew what they was going to do with it. Definitely them big folks. Because think about this. Whoever had the Ark of the Covenant, whether they was good or bad people, nothing, they were like, they always won, remember? When the Persians got the Ark, or whoever got it, then they were successful at battle. As long as whether God made them go get it or not, whoever had that Ark, they was winning, good or bad. So they know that if they get these things that have been touched or created at these times, that they have magical abilities. We know this. You said this is for entertainment purposes only and fair use. That part. You said yeah, they do. They do, and it's crazy because when they die, they break their they break their wands. Ain't that what they do for magicians when they die? Because they broke old girl wand, her staff, when she died. The reptilian lady, recently. And think about it. Who is in one of their courts? We read it in the book of the Giants, the one book that Gog, they have statues of Gog and Magog. Now, how many of you have seen on TikTok recently that there's a way to petrify a human body? And they're figuring out that all of these statues that we talked about was really going to break out of the rock at that time, which is how the rocks would cry out. We talked about this. All those big statues that are over there, and they're massive. Well, we know that magic is chemistry, right? Everybody know magic and chemistry is the same thing. So with that, what if the bodies of all of these statues, they have taken the DNA from them, and think about where they are. They're always in front of a museum. Well, we learn from the libraries what be going on under the museums. The research. With the Transformers movie, I just watched. The girl was a museum art curator, and she had the piece that the Transformers needed. And then they had to go to the ancient city in Peru and put it in the thing, and then the ground opened up and they was in there and all of this other stuff. Hello. You said word dinosaur wasn't a thing till recently. They used dragon always. They did. They've been saying the spear of destiny in the hands of the U.S. government. That's probably why everyone is in charge doesn't mind going to Raw. I believe it, auntie. That makes the scripture. I just watched something about the spear of destiny. What was I watching? The librarians. Because when they first gave the letters out, and they walked in and they was like, "Is that?" He was like, "The spirit destiny, Auntie." Literally, that's the episode that's in my PS5 right now. That I'm like, I just seen something. I was watching that when they first, when they gathered the girl that could do the numbers and everything. That's the first episode that I saw. You said, that makes the scripture God reigns on the just and the unjust the same. When you said whoever had the ark was winning, exactly, exactly, exactly. Because Constantine, he had it too. Interesting. They probably do have it in the Smithsonian somewhere. You said, all right, because Dad had told Moses to build the Ark of the Covenant a certain way with certain woods, rubies, infant. You said essential oils. Oh, you said the movie, not the person. Wait a minute. They've been saying who? Wait a minute, Auntie, I'm confused. In the movie, they said that America has it, or in real life, they said America has it. This leg be feeling real crazy. I don't know. So I'm gonna go process this chicken real quick, and then we can get back to this if y'all want to. Cause I want to read the rest of this because there's some real good stuff in here. Some real good stuff. But I've been on here an hour and a half in real life, but in the movie it was the theme. Got it. Okay. The hair on my arms is standing up. Yeah, it's been standing up on my legs too. I knew y'all would like this. I knew you would. I knew you would like it. I knew, and it makes me excited that we get to talk about this, and it don't have to be me yelling and screaming, just brainstorming and thinking about all the things we've read, all the things we've seen. Like, because I didn't get to read too much of it because y'all niece called, but that's what I was studying at. All right, what time I was reading this? No, I didn't. Oh, yeah, 7:35 a.m. So I was trying to finish, and then she called the hair on my arms center. That part, you said, okay. So look, let me go and get this chicken because I, sitting in the stuff has been in there an hour. Me singing in my head, I know it was the blood. Listen, Auntie, that come. Y'all just all in my stuff. I was listening to a rendition of Fred Hammond when he was doing a medley or whatever, and that was one of the songs he was singing in there in one of his jam sessions. Y'all just be all in my house. It's getting real spooky. Auntie, you got a camera in my house too, you, Queen, all of y'all. Y'all can tell me now. Y'all starting to act like the people in the movies that work at the picture place. Whole time you've been making double copies of the videos and y'all be watching me in my house. It's starting to be a little weird. Because I was just listening to that song where he did the renditions of I Know It Was the Blood. And you know how they just be like harmonizing or whatever. And I was like, I've not heard this in forever. Then you come in here singing it. So I guess I need to listen to it again. Yeah. That is spooky. Y'all got cameras inside my house. That's last night I was listening. Listen, that's a little spooky. Yeah. Now I see how y'all be feeling when I be doing it to y'all. Like, wait, I just watched something about the spirit. It ain't even been 3-4 days. And she come and talk about the spirit. I like the way he work. It's just a little spooky sometimes. It's just a little bit spooky. A little. So I'm gonna go do this chicken real quick, and then give me a couple hours because y'all know I gotta stir Lars the Josh. I was supposed to do it earlier, but y'all needs called. I'm about 5 hours behind schedule right now because I've been up since early. So I'm gonna get this chicken going, and then when it's getting up to temperature, I can talk to y'all, and then. So Give me a second. I love y'all.